Hey guys, today we'll be working on Python. Again, we'll be working on Boolean variables. We'll be continuing the video tutorial, so I'll be working in PyCharm as always. So a Boolean variable is commonly used as a flag in Python, or pretty much all programming languages. A flag is a variable that signals when some condition exists in a program. So when the flag variable is set to false, it indicates the condition does not exist. Oppositely, it does exist if it's true. So a Boolean variable can be true or false. So you can just say like you can say like flag equals to true, like something like that. You can test things whether you can basically use Booleans as a switch. You can switch them on, switch them off when you need to. It helps you. They're really helpful, and they're actually, I think they're the most powerful variable in programming. So you can say here that if flag is equal to true, then we can say print condition is true, else we can say print condition is false. What's wrong with this? Unsolved reference true. Okay, what's wrong with that? So we have flag points to true here. If flag. Oh, you know what? I think they need. Do they need capitals? They need capitals. Okay, so in Python you have to put a capital for T and F. Usually you don't have to in other programming languages. So just remember that. Might be a little bit confusing at first. So here we can have if flag is equal to true. So we can do this two ways, I think. So if I click run here, so I'll save that. A printed condition is true. So we can also do that. I think you can do that like this. So if you just say if, so if we say just flag, so if flag, that just means if flag is equal to true. And you can say if not flag as well. Oh, whoops! You can't. You doing the commas wrong. So this just means all it's basically we'll just say is equivalent to. Is equivalent to if flag is equal to true. It should be correct, so we'll just print that. There we go. So condition is true. So there's two ways you can use booleans in your conditionals. You can say you can reference it like this. So if you just reference the boolean and it's set to true, basically just testing a boolean like that is asking if it's true. So it's really saying if flag is equal to true. That's what if flag means. So if flag just means if flag is equal to true. We can change this to false. And now we'll print it, and then it'll say condition is false. Why is that? Well, that's because this condition is asking if flag is equal to true, because it says here is equivalent to if flag is equal to true. So now flag is false, therefore flag is now false, therefore this block is skipped to this block. This block will execute starting here because there's no condition here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You can reset them later on. You can be like later on, okay, well now after that code I want to change flag equal, I want to set it equal to true, or point it to true now, and you can retest the condition. So initially here we can set flag to false, so we know what happened here. Now we can say if flag is equal to false, so if flag is equal to false, print the condition is true. So let's see what happens here. Whoops, so what happened here? Oh, whoops, we need this to be capital F again. Try that. Okay, so both times we printed, false was printed. That is because flag was set to false here. This checks if flag is equal to true. Therefore, this statement was false. Execution got moved to here. So the else closest to its nearest if in the same alignment or in same indentation. Therefore, this statement is printed. That was printed right here. Condition is false. Now we got flag points to true in this case, so now we reset this variable to point to true. So now it's not false anymore. So now the condition's checking if flag is equal to false. Well, flag is equal to true. So in this case, this condition was skipped. And once again, this condition was printed. So now we could say the same thing here. We can use a not here, right? We can use a not. We can change that to not if we want. Or we can say if, actually, that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to say not flag. So that's another way you can test them. So this is equivalent to, so it's equivalent to if flag is equal to false. So this statement here is equivalent to this statement here if flag is equal to false. So when you just check not and your Boolean, so not, when you put a not in front of your Boolean, then it's going to check if it's false. Right, then it's going to print this condition is true. Oh, whoops, sorry. So we have if not flag, so flag is equal to false. So we reset flag here, if not. So flag's asking if it's true. Okay, yeah, so that's right. So because we set flag equal to true here. And here, it's checking if flag is equal to false. My apologies if I confused anyone. So once again, just checking if flag is going to check if it's true, not is going to check if it's false. So here it's asking if flag is equal to false. In this case, flag is equal to true. Therefore, this condition got printed. Sorry if I confused anyone there. So once again, I'll just to go over it again. We set flag to false here. After these conditions, we reset flag to true. This statement here is just checking if flag is equal to false, because once again, if we just called if flag, that's going to ask if flag is equal to true. If we say if not flag, that's asking if flag is equal to false. in this case, if flag is equal to false, then print this condition is true. But in this case, flag is equal to true, so this condition is false. Sorry, it can be a little confusing. So here it's saying if flag is equal to false, print this condition. Else, if flag is equal to true, print this condition. So that's what happened here. Hopefully that clears up any confusion. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Those are booleans. There's only two. It's either true or it's false. So just remember that something's either true or it's false. A boolean variable can only have one of two states. So it can either be false at the time or true at the time, or either true or false. Basically, that's it. What else can you do with them? Well, you can just set them randomly at random times. You can use them to check while and for loops, so we'll be doing that in the next video. I'm just thinking what else you can do with them. Pretty much they're just used to check conditions. Once you have a condition met, or any block of code that you want to be saved for later or something, you can set it all to true. And you can use them to branch into different branches. So if you have like 4 options, one option can get you into one. Or let's say you have 2 options, but you have deep in your tree you have like 16 different routes. If you want to get into one route that can get you into a certain path of code to a certain place you want to be. So booleans can help you get basically they can help you navigate through different choices in the code. Decisions, they can help you make decisions. And basically for flags, so they can, if you want, you can say, for example, if you have like, let's say you have an app and you say like, okay, well, user enters the password, then you can say password entered equals to true. You can have a variable like this, like you can say password entered was set to true just because user entered password. So you can use these things later on. Then once you say, for example, if password entered is equal to true, or you can say just if password entered, then you can now enter another block like you can open up like a function like go to next page or something like that, right? You can say, you can have a function called go to next page. We'll be working on functions at some point later on. So if password entered was false, then you wouldn't be able to go to the next page. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what it's used for basically. That's like the core of booleans. They help you get through different parts of your code depending on what the boolean is. Excuse me. So that's going to conclude the tutorial on Boolean statements in Python. If you guys liked the video, you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.